Hey everyone, it is Tamika Chambers, and good day to you. I hope all is going well with you. And I've just been discussing some principles that I believe are essential to healing from the inside out. We've been hearing a lot about stories, people's journeys, and what they've been through, and how many are still dealing with unhealed wounds. During the coronavirus, any of life's storms, and right now it's raining. I don't know if you can see the water. It's not so much on this side, but it's over there on the other side that you can see the water just kind of gliding along the window. And so I want to pop in because I believe that healing is necessary, it is possible, and it is a process. Because throughout our journey, often we pick up stuff from our own perceptions about life, and we receive seeds from others. Seeds meaning their opinions about how we should live our life, who we are, and who we should be because of what happened to us, right? And so I am discussing those. It's 10 things that I talk about when I talk about healing from the inside out, because April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. And so I am all for protecting children, giving them a hope in the future, not projecting our pain on them, and giving them the tools to withstand life storms. Because I believe that I was given those tools. I believe that even though I grew up without my father in our life, my biological father, that I grew up that between the ages of 5 and 10, two family members led me into the dark wilderness of child abuse, sexual abuse. That I believe throughout bullying and just really feeling kind of like the not belonging to a specific group, right? It was through this process, through this journey, that I've realized that I do belong and that I do deserve life, and I do deserve to have it abundantly. That after experiencing abuse, misuse of my body, and just going through that experience, that I called out to nature for help. I looked out my window in my room, out at the blue sky, clear blue sky, and I said, I want to be aligned with nature. All along, this relationship was developing in me with something greater than who I was. And I could feel the loving presence. And I wanted to know how I could live my life in a way that is healthier for me. That I want to be aligned with something that knows what's going to happen, that knows the right way to live my life. Now, although I've had, journeys through dark valleys and steep mountains of courage, and dark valleys of self-doubt, and trusting, I still held on to that I am greater than my experience. I'm greater than the abuse I endured. I am not the one at fault for my father not being with us. I am not the one at fault for the abuse that happened to me. And I became a student of life. I said, I want to learn from life. And so I would just dismantle a lot of myths. And that's one of the things I mentioned in number 1, accept and acknowledge your truths. We have to accept what happened to us. We have to acknowledge it. And we have to accept that someone projected their pain on us, and that it is my responsibility. It is our responsibility to accept our emotions and our feelings and to put them in the right place, right? Because emotions and feelings are data. It's information about where we are at a given time in our lives. And so there were truths that I had to acknowledge. And one of the things is that, the Bible tells us, and I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about what I was led to. I was led to the Bible. I was led to learn about a man who had a conviction to a truth, was poor. And I admired the way his character, how he lived his life, not letting what other people thought about him deter him from his truth, right? Seeking the truth, being the truth, edifying others, healing others, thinking less of himself. And so I took that on because I did not have that. And I saw something that I wanted to be, I wanted to have in my life. And so it became more of a spiritual journey than it was a religious journey, because we weren't going to church, but I read the Bible and I memorized the Lord's Prayer and I said it every night. And for years, I watched this man that had his conviction, knew who he was, and was not deterred by anything or anybody on earth. And so one of the things that I believe that is so important is that we realize who we are. You know, the Bible does say we're made in God's image. He made us in his image. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that he wants us to have a hope and a future. And Jesus was here so that we could have life more abundantly. And those are truths that I have taken in and I rely on. And those are truths that have helped me to put my abuse in a healthy perspective, to put that misuse of my body and other life experiences in a healthy perspective. And so accept and acknowledge your truths is what I talked about. You can go back and look at that video. Number 2 is to part ways. And often we cannot part ways physically from those that abused us or misused us or projected their pain on us. But we want to part ways mentally. That is the first step in separating who you are from what someone else did to you. And that's the premise or the theme behind parting ways, is that we are not what someone did to us. Number 3, realizing life storms provides us that space for healing. Instead of seeing storms, adversities as against us, because I've seen both ways of it being for us and being against us. And I'd rather see storms as something for us, a time where we kind of settle down, we kind of rethink things, we kind of put our memories in the place that they need to be in. Memories are not there to destroy you. If anything, they can help remind you that this is something you need to address. This is something, anything that comes up in us, nightmares, memories, there are things that don't belong to us and need to leave us. And during these storms, we are to surrender to that this is a time where I need to release, right? Some people don't like surrender, the word surrender. Think about release. Because again, what continues to come up, just like the foam or something that continues to bubble up, is something that wants to get out. And we must give it its space and room to leave us, that we don't have to keep grabbing on to that pain, because it is not our identity. We are greater than our experiences. Number 4, cultivate. As part of anything that we must do, again, our perceptions about experiences and the seeds from other people, their thoughts, their opinions, you're a liar, you didn't tell the truth, you're dirt, you're nasty, whatever it may be that you may have heard others say. We have to cultivate our inner garden in such a way that we rid ourselves of those weeds. And the way we do that, the only way to me of really healing from the inside out, of really, when you put something, one has to be the truth, right? And here are the illusions. And when you stand the illusions, try to put them against the truth. You know, you're dirty, you're not worthy of life, you should be this, you should be that. If you know who you are and what you stand for, these illusions do not stand up to the truth. As a matter of fact, they get smaller and smaller to eventually they have no room in you, because you know that you are made in the image of your Creator. You know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You know that no experiences define you. You know that your life has meaning, have purpose. So things that people say to you will just bounce off, right? And I would often say, that is your pain. That belongs to you. You can keep that. And so I had to get back to that as an adult, because I believe there are so many things that we know as children, that we kind of lose track of. But that's why it's so important as parents, you guys, for parents that are watching that, and for those that have been through misuse and abuse of their body, to train our children in the way they should go. We give them the tools, the truths, so when life storms come, it doesn't knock them down. And even if it does pound on them, they will continue to stand and continue to rise, as Maya Angelou said. We rise. We rise when we know the truth. And so Cultivate is about planting those truths and nourishing those truths, giving them the right amount of light, giving them the right amount of water. What do you continually say to yourself? The affirmations. What do you believe? Do you believe in good? Do you believe in evil? Good is light. Evil is darkness, right? What do you believe in? What do you read every day? What do you watch every day? Who is talking in your ear every day, edifying you or bringing you down? Who are your circle of friends? Do they want the same thing that you want? Not so much materialistic wealth. Everybody wants to have wealth, right? Abundance. You probably won't find too many people who don't, right? Except those that know that having material wealth is not a means of success. Internal wealth is a means of success. And so we must cultivate ourselves. We must take time to plant the seeds, to take care of our garden, to water it daily, to water it often, to apply the right fertilizer, which I believe is love. The more we embody love, express love, we nourish love, the more we become, right? The more we become, the more we put ourselves in something, the more we become of it. So when we have gone through that, their abuse or some misuse, often there's that data that tries to get programmed into your system. But it's through daily reflection that we look and assess our inner garden, and that we continue to pull those weeds and we continue to nourish the fruits, the spiritual fruits that are within us. And so that are the first 4: healing from the inside out, accept and acknowledge your truths, part ways mentally, life storms. You can't achieve calmness during the storm because storms are meant to help us, to rid stuff, right? And to prepare the soil so that we can cultivate. Number 4, cultivate our inner garden. My name is Tamika Chambers, and I am a trained registered nurse with a master's degree in nursing. I am an ACE-certified personal fitness instructor and integrative nutrition health coach. More importantly, I am a spirit just like you, in a divine spirit in bodily form, here to fulfill my purpose, my reasons for being here. And I guarantee you it's not that which I've gone through, because that which I've experienced has strengthened me to better understand that nothing defines me. No experience, nothing. I am who I am. I define myself. I am defined by my Creator with my gifts and my talents. And I am here to have life more abundantly. And so are you. Talk to you next time. You can find out more about my beliefs on TamikaSChambers.com, and definitely subscribe to these videos, because let's do this, heal from the inside out. Let's enjoy this life given to us. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.